Have you ever just looked out your window and really wondered about the birds you see every single day? Where did they come from? How did they get so perfect for the world around them? Well, let's get into it, because today we're going to explore the incredible evolutionary story of wild birds. So it all really boils down to this one big question. Think about it. From scorching deserts and frozen tundras to the thickest forests and our own bustling cities, birds have totally conquered just about every environment on Earth. How did they do that? Well, this incredible variety, it's no accident. It's a story of survival. And that story is all about one thing: adaptation. It's the answer to how birds have managed to thrive in so many wildly different places. The birds we see today, they're the descendants of survivors, with a family tree that stretches all the way back to the age of dinosaurs. Each one carries this genetic memory of overcoming challenges and seizing opportunities. So let's start with the key idea behind all of this. At its heart, it's a pretty simple idea. Evolution isn't some single big event. It's this slow, continuous process. A species runs into a problem in its environment, like how to find food or how to avoid being eaten. And over countless generations, tiny little changes add up, giving it the perfect tools to thrive. And for birds, the first and maybe the most important adaptation changed absolutely everything. And that adaptation, of course, was flight. This single ability was like the master key that unlocked the entire planet for them. By taking to the air, birds could suddenly cross huge oceans, soar over massive mountain ranges, and just escape any local threats. This global road trip put them in countless new environments, and each one had its own unique set of rules for survival. And that is what drove their incredible diversification. But how in the world did they pull off this amazing trick? What's so amazing here is how these four systems work together in perfect harmony. First, their bones are mostly hollow, which makes them incredibly light. Then you've got their feathers, which are just marvels of engineering, designed to create lift. Add to that these massive chest muscles to power their wings, and a totally unique breathing system. See, unlike us, where old air and new air mix, theirs is a one-way flow. It gives them a constant, pure supply of oxygen to fuel that intense activity. It is a true evolutionary masterpiece. Okay, so birds conquered the air, but really, that was just the beginning. Once they could fly pretty much anywhere, they had to figure out how to actually survive on the ground, and that led to the development of some seriously specialized tools for living. This is the next critical question, right? Flying got them to the party, but it didn't guarantee they'd know what to do once they arrived. To make a home in a new spot, they had to adapt, to find different food, build new kinds of nests, and avoid totally new predators. And this is where we see the evolution of some of these really amazing tools. And this chart shows one of the most famous examples perfectly: the beak. A bird's beak is like a Swiss Army knife, shaped by its favorite food. A hummingbird's long, thin beak, it's a precision instrument for sipping nectar. A hawk's sharp, hooked beak is designed for one thing: tearing meat. And a finch's thick, strong beak is the perfect nutcracker for hard seeds. This is exactly the kind of variation that famously inspired Darwin's theory of evolution. Every beak tells a story. And you know what? It's the same story with their feet. A duck's webbed feet are basically powerful paddles, making it an amazing swimmer. But a songbird, it needs strong, flexible toes that can literally lock around a branch for stability, even while it's sleeping. Two completely different problems, two brilliant evolutionary solutions. Even the color of their feathers is a carefully crafted adaptation. For a lot of birds, survival means not being seen. So muted browns and grays give them camouflage to help them blend in. But for others, the game plan is the exact opposite. They want to be seen. Bright, crazy colors, like on a peacock, are all about sexual selection. The flashy display is basically a giant billboard to potential partners that says, "Hey, I'm healthy, I'm strong, and I've got great genes." But here's where it gets really fascinating. Adaptation isn't just about physical stuff you can see. Some of the most amazing evolutionary stories are written in bird behavior, especially in how they communicate. A bird's song is literally shaped by the physics of its home. In a dense forest, sound gets muffled easily, right? So simple, loud calls that can punch through the foliage work best. But out in an open field, more complex, beautiful songs can travel without getting distorted. And get this, some city birds are now singing at a higher pitch than their country cousins, just so they can be heard over the low rumble of traffic. Evolution in action. And if we're going to talk about the most jaw-dropping, awe-inspiring behavioral adaptation of all, it has to be migration. It's this epic, high-stakes journey taken on by millions of birds every year, all in the name of survival, following the food and finding safe places to raise their young. So how do they possibly pull this off? Well, it turns out birds have this incredible internal toolkit for navigation. They use the position of the sun and stars like a celestial map, and many can even sense the Earth's magnetic field, using it as a built-in compass. The Arctic tern uses this amazing toolkit to fly from the Arctic to the Antarctic and back again, every single year. That's a round trip of about 44,000 miles. Just incredible. All of this brings us right to the present day, because evolution isn't just something that happened in the distant past. Nope, it is happening all around us, especially in the newest and fastest changing environment on the whole planet, our cities. The concrete jungle presents a whole new set of challenges and a whole new set of opportunities. And just like they have always done, birds are adapting. We see it everywhere, right? Pigeons and sparrows have become total masters at surviving on our leftover food. Lots of birds have learned to use our buildings and power lines as artificial cliffs and branches for their nests. But this new world also brings new dangers, from deadly collisions with glass windows to the constant loss of their natural homes. Their evolutionary story is now completely tangled up with ours. You know, this quote just captures the whole thing perfectly. Every single bird is a living testament to an unbroken chain of survival. It's a tiny feathered masterpiece of adaptation. So the big point here is this: from their ability to fly, to the shape of their beak, to the specific song they sing, everything about them is a solution to a problem. They aren't just part of the scenery, they are the main characters in one of nature's greatest dramas. So the next time you see a bird, take a closer look. Really look. Think about its features, its behaviors, and the world it has to navigate every day. Because it's not just a bird, it's a story, millions of years in the making, and a new chapter is being written right now, right in front of you.